She stopped me and said, "I hope you're not about to propose to me right now. This isn't what I expected." Welcome back to They Did What? Your source for the internet's craziest, most entertaining stories, where I go over them, analyze them, and most certainly make fun of them. Today I'm going to go over a story titled, "My girlfriend, a 21-year-old female, rejected my proposal because it didn't meet her expectations." And guys, this story is all about a guy, this young guy who is now very, very, very seriously considering kicking his girlfriend to the curb, and rightfully so, after she rejected his wedding proposal. Here's the problem, though. He's 21, and she's 21. Way too young. But you're going to see, he proposes to her in a very beautiful place, in a very nice way, and she rejected because it's not something that could be popular in social media, or wasn't exactly what she wanted. One of these spoiled, selfish, superficial little a-holes, and as you can imagine, the guy's questioning everything. And I'm going to go over here, guys, aside from the entertainment value, that there are people like this that are so selfish and self-centered, but also, guys, in moments like this in life, people will show you who they are. And when they do, you better handle it accordingly. Otherwise, they're going to make your life miserable. So it starts off, says here, for context, my girlfriend and I have been together for 6 years. And over Thanksgiving weekend, I took her on a weekend trip to Hawaii with the intention of proposing to her. You've been together for 6 years, so like since you're both 15, you're like 9th grade sweethearts all this time, and you're going to propose at 21 years old? Smack! Are you nuts? You're way too young. And I don't care if you're going to get married in 5 years. Doesn't matter. You got to have bigger things on your mind. And given this girl's behavior, believe me, she ain't worth it. I even asked her parents for their blessing and showed them the ring a couple days before we left for the trip. Smack to the parents. If I was a father and some boyfriend came to me, he's 21, and said he wants to propose to my daughter at 21, I would slap him upside the head and say, "Get lost, jackass. Finish college. Finish your certification. Save some money. Don't do this proposal bullshit. You ain't going to get my daughter's hand, at least my blessing. I'd be smacking the SIMP out of him. We've talked about marriage before. We both agreed that we want to marry each other, so the idea is nothing new and actually a frequent topic." Frequent topic, really? 21, you have bigger things to deal with? The issue is that she wanted a grand wedding proposal similar to the ones you might see on TikTok and on Instagram. Big marry me letters on the beach, rose petals on the ground, lights, mariachi band, etc. And you're with her still. Why? That doesn't sound like a gal that is eager to marry her guy. It sounds like a girl who's hoping for a viral TikTok video to get famous, who loves attention. It ain't about the guy, it's about the show. But sadly, there's a lot of girls out there like this. You already know what you're getting yourself into, dude. You want to marry her ass? I was absolutely on board on doing that for her if it made her happy. Smack. Newsflash, nothing you're going to do is make her happy. But that was something to be planned at a beach back home, and since I wouldn't have the resources to plan for a trip at somewhere we've been before, especially because we booked everything at the last minute. The vacation was just 5 days prior, ironically, after she sent me videos of people vacationing in Hawaii. There's another thing. Going to Hawaii ain't cheap. I mean, the round-trip airfare, and the hotels, and if renting a car, unless you just plan on staying in Honolulu, if that's where you're going to Oahu, food, it ain't cheap. So I don't know where he's getting this money from. Unless he's literally like, taking from the money grandma left him in her will, and he's, splurging on her for this proposal thing. I don't hear about her contributing to the bills. I believe this would be a great opportunity, though. I plan to propose to her on the day we arrived. I carried the ring in my pocket all day, waiting for a good opportunity to ask her, knowing it wasn't going to be a grand proposal like she had hoped, but I thought because of the circumstances, she'd be happy. Miss TikTok, Miss Instagram is going to be happy with anything less than her magical attention-giving proposal. Good luck. To any other normal girl going a trip to Hawaii, him proposing in Hawaii would be a great thing. So you can all guess how this is going to go. However, we had some completely unnecessary arguments, and I decided to postpone because I didn't want to do it after a bitter day. Hold on. Time out. You just land in Hawaii. I know what everybody's like when you land in Hawaii the first time. Your mouth is open looking at the beauty, the scenery, whatever island you go to. Why are they fighting on the first day? Probably because she was being a little drama queen about something. She probably didn't like the hotel room. She probably didn't like that she didn't get enough lays at the airport around her or something like that. These are signs from the Lord, my friend, that she's not the one. On the second day, we had booked a reservation to go parasailing. I didn't want to risk losing the ring, so I left it back at the hotel. We didn't get back to the hotel until 5 p.m., and we started getting ready to go back out to the city. By this time, it was starting to get dark. She said before that she would want a sunset proposal, and knowing that, I couldn't organize any of the things that she had in mind for a proposal. The sunset was the only thing I had. I missed my chance on that, but we still went out to dinner and had drinks. We came back to the hotel afterwards because she was tired. I was too. It was an eventful day. I let her rest for a bit, and around 10:30 p.m., I convinced her to go on a night walk with me on the beach. Hey, sounds pretty cool. This was when I planned to propose to her. We got to the beach. The city was very much still awake, and the lights of the buildings, the streets, combined with the bright moon, illuminated the ocean beautifully. So I'm guessing they're probably in staying on the beach at a hotel in Honolulu. And I've been there. And if there's a full moon or most of a full moon and it's shining on the water late at night and the moonlight's bouncing off the waters, it's pretty freaking cool. And you get a couple there together, and I know this because I have done this. It's a romantic setting. Sounds like a good place for a proposal to me. We stood there hugging and kissing, both knowing it was a beautiful and an intimate moment. I started telling her how much I love her and how I want to be with her my entire life. Yeah, whatever, dude. As I started to get on one knee and reach my pocket for the ring, she stopped me. She said, "I hope you're not about to propose to me right now. This isn't what I expected." I'm thinking two words. Thunder and another one that says C-U-N-T. Put them together. Get the fuck out of here. This guy's going to propose to her, taking her ass to Hawaii, and she stops in mid-kneel. What? My heart dropped. I got back up and stood speechless before starting to walk back to the hotel. I was in no mood to talk about the situation and told her we should talk about it tomorrow. Well, good for you for walking away. I would have left her ass on the beach. We talked about it the next day, and she insists on me doing it again, but this time the right way during sunset. Brother, she does not love you. All she cares about is the fucking supposed clout she can get, maybe if it goes viral on Instagram or TikTok or something else. Nothing more. And you're taking her ass to Hawaii. This is how she treats you. If she loves you, it doesn't make a difference if you propose to her in the parking lot of Costco, having that cheap Costco hot dog. She'll be happy. But this in Hawaii is not good enough for her? She tells me she didn't reject it, just simply it wasn't how she would have wanted to happen. We spent the next 4 days in Hawaii in a very tense state, but we had to deal with it until we got back home. No good deed goes unpunished. We lived together, and for the first night, she went to sleep with her parents. Now she came back, and I don't want to be home with her. Dude, it's over. You cannot be with someone like this. Your life is going to be a living hell. And eventually, say you propose to her the way she wants. Then the wedding, it ain't going to be about you. It's going to be a life together. It's about the ceremony. Again, pictures and clout and all that. What can be the outcome of this situation? I obviously didn't want this to happen during our vacation, but I can't see it any other way. Is this a valid reason for me not wanting to be with her anymore? I also don't think it's right for me to redo the proposal. Absolutely not is right to redo the proposal. You get one fucking proposal, asshole. That's it, and you blew it. I'd be planning your exit strategy, bro. Now for an update. Now, he had a lot of people comment to him, and he responded to a lot of them. And let me tell you, there were a lot of people giving him shit. Really. People were giving him a hard time. I read them, that he knew what she wanted and didn't do it. Now, take a wild guess who the people were giving him a hard time were. But anyhow, our update. It says, so we had another conversation about it once she came back home from her parents. Oh, I'm sure that was joyous. She's still adamant that I failed to meet her expectations. Did the bitch really say that? You failed to meet my expectations? Who the hell does she think she is? The fucking Princess of Sheba? Admittedly, I understand I didn't do any of those things as she had visualized it to be. I want to emphasize that we're young and the proposals she's seen on social media are nothing but trends. Thank you. These proposals have become popular in maybe the last year or two. Prior to that, she told me she wants an intimate proposal and especially away from the public. So this little ass clown once said she wanted an intimate proposal away from the public. But now because it's cool on Instagram and TikTok, which I'll laugh is banned in this country, by the way, now because it's popular to have this big extravagant BS, now is what she wants. She's a pea-brain. She's a freaking... You really want someone like this who... What? When something's... if it's trendy for her to have a Ferrari, she's going to demand a Ferrari from you when you get married? I mean, really. People are telling me I'm wrong because I knew exactly what she wanted and didn't do it. What'd I tell you? Well, tell those people to go F themselves, and SSM told you. She also tells me that proposal is solely about the female and what she wants. I think that's bullshit. I know I've told her that I was on board on doing her fantasy proposal, yet I changed my mind about that. Well, good, bro, because it isn't all about her. But in her mind, the world revolves around her. Be careful with that. I didn't want to plan this huge thing at my hometown beach just for the spectacle of it. I prefer to do it in a way I knew we'd both enjoy, in Hawaii especially. Let's again remember he took her ass to Hawaii. Again, it's not a cheap trip. And any of you guys have been to Hawaii know it's a beautiful setting. And it ain't cheap. And he's doing this for her. Believe me, you can have a pretty good TikTok, Instagrammable proposal thing on the beach of Hawaii, for God's sakes. Something that really bugs me is she says that I made the trip seem like just another trip, nothing crazy or out of the ordinary. This is literally our first vacation flight together. The same night that it happened, we had brunch, went parasailing, and had a wonderful dinner. Am I selfish for changing the whole proposal up without consulting her? No, dude. Look at everything else she did. She's the selfish one. I don't understand why some people say I'm selfish for not doing what she wanted. Because you're on Reddit, and you're going to get a lot of assholes out there. They're either trolling with you to mess with you, or they think the way she does. I did something that objectively should make any woman ecstatic. I think my focus now is shifting from wondering if it's okay for me to break up with her, for turning me down, to wanting to break up with her for ungratefulness in general. Another reason why she said it wasn't up to her expectations was because we both dressed casually. She wanted me to give her prior notice that something special was going to happen by telling her to get glammed up. Oh my God, what is this, the fucking Bachelorette, where the last show, they show up in like tuxedos and dresses and shit on the cliff of some beach somewhere? Yeah, I've had girlfriends that watch those stupid shows, so I've seen them when I'm walking in and out of the room. Yeah, that's what she wanted. Does this sound like a girl that loves this guy? No. And you moms out there listening, would you want your son to be marrying some girl like this? No. She doesn't care about him. Not at all. You need to break up with her yesterday. You live together. Okay, I'm assuming you're both on the lease. Well, I don't know how much time is left in the lease, but it's time to find a way to get out of it, or at least run it down or something, and move on. I get she's been your whole... You probably lost your virginity to her. You probably have she was your first love. She's your fucking 9th grade, middle school, junior high girlfriend, for God's sakes. Time to move on and focus on you, college or your trade, whatever it is you mastering, graduating, certification on, getting experience, getting the workplace and all that. Getting married and all that should not be your top priority. Now, probably she's been pushing it, probably because she wants the proposal and the wedding so she can beat all her friends to the altar, not because she loves you, but because she wants the big show. If you marry her, if you give her what she wants with this stupid proposal, then the whole wedding is going to be not about you, it's going to be about her. And I guarantee you get married, and then she'll just be bored out of her mind because all the exciting shit that she could show off to the world is now done. And she'll be cheating on you left and right as if she isn't doing that right now. She'll be cheating with you with a guy who doesn't do what she wants. That'll be the irony of the whole thing. So, brother, do yourself a favor and get rid of her. I hope the hell you have good people in your life, like a father, hopefully a mother, bros. I'll tell you otherwise. But your bros are probably all 21 years old and they don't know shit. But maybe some do, but who knows? So, brother, kick her to the curb, end of freaking story. So, guys, if you see any more updates about this, let me know what he does. Now, a few comments here. One guy says, is this for real? You're 21? Yes, there are some marriages that work that early, but most do not. Your brain hasn't even fully developed yet, generally by 25. Marriages aren't about grand gestures. They're about shared values, having each other's backs, being ready to be there for one, thick and thin. Does this girl sound like she'll be with this dude through thick and thin? No way. The right partner won't give a damn about the right moment, what time of day or night, whether they're on the beach or anywhere else. She sounds superficial as fuck. Move on and find someone who's deeper than a puddle. Yeah, a woman that truly loves you, she's not going to care about the ring, and she won't care if you propose to her in the parking lot of Costco. By the way, he didn't mention about the ring. That'd be another thing. I could see him then proposing to her in the place she wants, and she'd be like, that's it? That's what I get? Guaranteed it'll happen. Another one, this guy says, I'm very sorry, but this reminds me of several of my friends whose marriages and engagements broke down. She's especially giving me the vibe of one of these friends' ex-wife who went into a very deep depression right after the wedding. Because, and I quote, she was living her biggest dream while planning the wedding, but now that it was over, and that was the point my friend realized she just wanted to be married, and it didn't matter who it was with. When the way the proposal is done is more important than the actual proposal for one person, that says a lot about the person's character and how they view the relationship. I suggest you move on to better people, not the a-hole. Well, we shall see. So you guys that monitor Reddit often, you happen to see an update to the story, let me know, because I really want to know how this works out for this guy. All right, guys, that's it for today. Be sure to comment down below and let me know what you think about this. And be sure to like the video, share it with your friends, and subscribe. I'll catch you next time.